Ben Franklin said, there are three types of people in the world: those that are immovable, those that are movable, and those that are movers. Tonight, we honor three movers. Dave Barger, you've already heard about the extraordinary work that his company does, but on behalf of the board, I thank you. You've been our chair now, coming to a close almost as two-year term, and you've done extraordinary work in bringing a great organization to, in language that you like to use, higher altitudes. To Howard Chatz, we're gonna miss those kinds of, right? To Howard Chatsanoff, who in your very long service as a Pencil board member, and now along with Charlie Bendit, our vice chair of the board, you're known to be as focused and detail-oriented as you are creative and innovative. I am honored to call you a colleague. I'm honored to call you, Leslie, and your kids, friends. And finally, it is my great honor tonight to briefly introduce Chris Hayward. I do so on behalf of all of the board of directors. I give a particular shout out to Elliot Wally, only because he came the farthest tonight to be here with us. I do so on behalf of the staff, of all of you, of Pencil Partners, for educators, friends. Chris, where are you? There you are. Your work and your passion demonstrates that public schools in New York City, the largest district in our nation, but public schools throughout all urban and rural districts, are not immovable. Indeed, they're moving, they're improving. And they're doing so because of thousands of supremely gifted and caring educators in our classrooms and in our principals' offices. And while newfangled, yeah, go for it. A lot of you educators are here and you deserve it. And newfangled ideas and reforms abound. Tonight, what we're focusing on is the power of the private sector and the power of the broader civic community. The work of Pencil and recent history have shown us that our organization's acronym is ever truer. Public education needs civic involvement in learning. And that means CEOs, small business leaders, doctors, lawyers, and the bodega owner on the corner of your neighborhood and your school. Though we know a lot about what works in education, there is no magic bullet, we all know that. But one thing is for certain: our schools and our communities are better when we work together. And that brings me to you, Chris. Now managing partner and COO of Highbridge Capital Management, Chris is a Pencil board member, sits on the executive committee, and is chair of our finance and audit committee. And as someone deeply involved in Pencil policymaking, like every one of our other wonderful board members, you have a meaningful involvement at the school level. For Chris's first school partnership, he chose the East Village Community School, led by Lisa Blanco, the principal at the time. Your own children were younger at the time, and you decided that you could learn, understand, and be a more effective both partner and parent if you chose to partner at an elementary school level. You talk about both mentoring the principal on budgeting issues, facilities issues, and how important it was for you to sit in the classroom with the kids, learn with them, read with them, talk with them about finances. And you recently said to me, and I quote, "I took a bunch of those little kids to the New York Stock Exchange once to ring the closing bell. It was awesome." Aristotle said that those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them. For these only give them life, and those the art of living. Well, that may be true, but Chris's children would disagree. 15-year-old Isabel says to me, "My dad cares about the children of today, and although he can be strict at times at home, we know he's trying to help us achieve what we can to the greatest of our ability. I think this is a quality that he applies as a leader in Pencil and as a super loving father." 12-year-old Alexandra adds, "My amazing father works so hard every day for our family, and I could never be able to thank him enough for all he does for us. He sends us encouraging texts in the morning before we get to school." And Harrison, who's 9, adds, "I think Daddy is happy all the time. I think he is a hard worker. I also think he is the one who stops fights." I trust that this skill comes in very handy for you, Chris, as head of the Audit and Finance Committee. Your ability to understand our finances and in our investments and communicate their risks and rewards is as important as your presence at every meeting, every event, and every gathering. You are a master of detail, a master of the caring touch, and of forward thinking. Chris has a new-ish partnership with the High School for Math, Science, and Engineering, working with Principal Crystal. You're here, Crystal, aren't you? Beautiful. Who is, I was waiting to, we actually haven't met yet. Chris is reconnecting with his inner engineering geek, his first love. While this school produces many talented graduates, it lacks the technology that would allow every child to succeed in school and beyond, and that's what Principal Bonds and Chris are working on together. Chris, you and I share a belief that, to paraphrase Sir Ken Robinson, for most of us, the problem isn't that we aim too high and fail, it's quite the opposite. We aim too low and succeed. And so Chris, loving husband to an extraordinarily accomplished wife in her own right, great father, valued friend, pencil partner, and board member supreme, congratulations on the 2013 Pencil Leadership Award. I'd like to end with Thomas Dewey, the 19th century education pioneer, who said something that, Chris, you embody in all that you do. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. So Chris, my friend, this song is for you, the Gramercy Arts Pop Choir.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your snaps together for Chris Hayward. You ladies ready?
Yeah.
Remember those walls we hit? Well, Hayward, they're tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. Saw the way to help us win, but I never really had doubt. We're standing in the light of your halo. We've got our angel now. For work you've undertaken, for devotion that's unshaken, for the records that you're breaking. We must celebrate, just shout you out. Every time we see you now, we can see it there above your face. And when we can see your halo, you know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Hey, when we can feel your halo, where you won't, I can feel your halo, halo, halo. I can feel your halo, halo. I can feel your halo, halo. I can feel your halo,
Wow, wow. You can't top that. Another round of applause for these wonderful children. I'm always so impressed with Lisa on every dimension. Her love of her family and children, her love of education, and her inspiring leadership to create this wonderful organization that we're celebrating tonight. Lisa, again, thank you so much, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm excited to be here with all of you tonight and accept this leadership award. But the truth of the matter is, you all are the leaders. Your commitment and support of Pencil and the great work it's doing and will do is truly a miracle, and I want to thank all of you very much from the bottom of my heart for being here tonight. Yes, thank you all. Pencil's good work is really made possible by everything you do and your donation of both time and money, and it's deeply appreciated. Let me congratulate my fellow awardees, JetBlue and Howard Chatsanoff. We've heard so much about JetBlue. We'll hear more about Howard. He's a dear friend of mine and also a member of the board as well. I'm so excited because so many of my colleagues from the industry are here tonight, from many of the firms I've worked at before, as well as my current firm, Hayward Capital Management. Thank you all for being here and supporting me. From JP Morgan, thank you. From UBS, Credit Suisse, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few others. Citigroup. There's dozens of them here. In my industry, we support each other's events, and I'm so grateful that all of you are here with me tonight. You're just absolutely the best. Vendors, investors, trading partners, everybody here is just magnificent for the support. A special thanks in particular to Amy Yates, my dear friend, our Chief Administrative Officer at Hayward, for helping me prepare for tonight and helping contact many of you who have given so generously. Thank you, Amy. Let me also thank our wonderful board. It's such a diverse mix at Pencil of talent, both from the business community, the educational community, and many other dimensions that come together in a spectacular way to help deliver guidance to the wonderful staff that Michael and his team bring to bear against all of the wonderful work that Pencil does. And let me call out a few people. In addition to Michael, Denise, Gail, Sarah, John, and the entire team on the Pencil staff, you're magnificent. You make all of the work so professional and so easy, and it's noble work, and you should all be congratulated as well. Let me throw a thanks to my parents, my mother, and my late father. I wish they could be here with us tonight. My parents were wonderful in instilling a love of education and a pride about lifelong learning. And it's something my lovely wife, Susan, and I try to transmit to our children every day. It's a very hard thing. We know we're up against lots of odds today in educating our children, and both in the most advantaged schools and the most disadvantaged schools. And I can tell you, every parent knows how important education is and the work that we do to bring our children to appreciate what that value is every day of their lives. And that's at the center of what Pencil is trying to do here in New York City, in this great city of ours, is connecting all of us with those wonderful children in the schools, in the principals, with the teachers, inside. It's fantastic, and I'm really proud to be part of the organization. I'm so honored to be accepting this leadership award, but it's really so much more than me. It's all of you, and it's the Pencil staff and the wonderful people that work hard every day to support our children in this great city. Being a product of public schools myself, I've been involved and been delighted to be involved in the public school system here in New York. As Lisa mentioned, I've had several partnerships, and I just want to bring to bear, for those of you less familiar with what partnerships entail, as Michael had highlighted, it comes in many forms. It can be from helping a principal manage a tight budget and help them with fundraising or manage their finances, which is no small issue at big schools, to helping schools develop a strategic plan to think about their facilities, how to improve those facilities, to enhancing parental engagement, which we all know is so important to the success of individual students, and bringing your own personal skills inside the classroom, whether it's teaching what you know, whether it's showing a passion for reading, for engaging the children. Your touch on them matters so much, and it can be extremely, extremely powerful. As Lisa mentioned, my very first partnership at the East Village Community School, where I had a wonderful afternoon to bring children to the New York Stock Exchange, I can tell you it was literally in their backyard, and they had never been exposed to anything like that before. We toured the trading floor, we met people on the floor, we were able to meet the president of the New York Stock Exchange, we were able to go to their boardroom, they were able to see how things work in an environment like that. Very foreign to them, but now an exposure to them. That kind of opportunity, that touch that we can all bring to children, so powerful yet so simple. Recently, as Lisa mentioned, I started a wonderful new partnership with Principal Crystal Bonds from the Specialized High School for Math, Science, and Engineering. Crystal is here with her wonderful husband, Al. So delighted to have you with us this evening, Crystal. And I look forward to working with you to develop a wonderful partnership. Again, those of you unfamiliar with partnerships, the value that Pencil brings is it has a playbook of how to do these partnerships in a fantastic way. Lindsay on the Pencil staff is working with Crystal and myself to develop a good program for her school and what her needs are. We're just beginning. I'm sure it's going to mushroom out into something wonderful, and I'm really excited she's here. And I tell you, that's what it's all about. It's about on the ground, inside individual schools, bringing your excitement and passion to an impact to a particular principal, to a set of teachers, and to the children in that school. That's what makes Pencil so powerful. It's very personal, it's very customized, and it's very exciting. So in closing, let me again thank my wonderful, wonderful introductory, Lisa. She's the reason I'm part of Pencil. She's the one who asked me to be a board member many years ago. Your vision, Lisa, is, again, why we're all here tonight, and I'm so excited to be introduced by you. Thank you so much. And let me thank again my co-honorees, JetBlue and Howard Chatsanoff. Spectacular company, spectacular individual. You'll learn, again, more about Howard in a moment. I'm delighted to work with him on the board. And most importantly, thanks to all of you for being here tonight. You make Pencil happen. You're the best. Thank you for your support of our schools. Thank you for your support of our great city. Thank you.